That it is not your area of strength today doesn't mean that you cannot get better at it with time.
Wonderful than my mind can conceive.
I know the areas where I am not strong enough, where I have a lot to learn. For example, something as simple as grooming, grooming. I know I can do better with how I look, how I present myself, how I put myself out there to the world. Yes, I want to share the authentic version of myself to the world, but I can do it in a great way, I want my authentic self to be better. I've had fantastic examples, my grandmother, my mother. Yeah, although my hair texture is not like theirs, my grandmother, one thing she will do, one of the first things she does in the morning, like before she goes out, she makes sure that her hair is packed up and looking beautiful and looking very presentable, and then she wears her clothes that she will wear in the house, clothes that are still great clothes, before she goes outside. Nobody sees I've never seen my grandmother looking unkept. Like even in her room, I remember one time when we were at holidays, we were at my grandmother's, we were staying in her room, but I was literally sleeping on the same bed with her at one point. Was I sleeping someone else? I don't recall, but she was always put together, And my mother, one of the first things my mother does in the morning is to pack her hair up, and interestingly, my hair type is different. My hair type is 4C. Her hair type is really cute and is easy to manipulate. She still has to do the work, but it's easier to work. My hair is tough. So many times in the morning, that's not the first thing I do when I wake up, But I started listening to this lady. I'll see some topics and just click on it. Why? Because I know that I could do better in this area for myself. This is not the best version of me. I could do better, And just listening to one of her videos recently, I just recalled that, hey, I remember this about my grandmother and my mother, and I'm like, you know what? Let me try and make an effort. Yes, my hair is tough and stuff, but I still could do much more better than I'm doing right now, And I decided, you know what, I'm going to try, one step at a time. I'm going to keep making progress until I become excellent, until I become much more better than I am right now, you see. And things as simple as that. For you, it might be how you speak when you're upset. Yes, I say my mind. I say it how it is. I don't pretend. Cool for you, but there is always a better way to present things, even when you're upset. And until you see that this is something that I need to work on, you're still going to be like that. You see, that's not the best version of you. You can do much more better than that, At work, it could be on this, you are good at every other thing, but there is this one thing that, admit it to yourself. One key to bettering yourself is admitting to yourself the areas that you need to grow into. One of the pointers to that could be what you admire in other people. When you scroll past a video on Instagram, what is that one thing that draws your attention the most? Is it how they dress? Is it how they speak? Is it how their house is put together? Is it how they are so much in love with their spouses? You know, a lot of these things, what we admire, what we are drawn to, a lot of times reflects the areas that we need to work on. You see, if you have a very cute hairstyle on your hair and you're scrolling and you see someone else with a cute hairstyle and yours is better than the person, you're like, oh, nice. You just scroll, you don't really pay too much attention to it. Why? Because you've got that cute hairstyle on yourself. It could be a haircut. You know, he got that cute haircut and it's like, oh, nice. This person has the same haircut that there's how you, but if you see yourself lingering, admiring, wishing, thinking, oh, I wish I could be like that. I wish I could appear more put together like that. It reflects an area where you need to grow. And it's a beautiful thing to admit that, hey, I need to do better for myself in this area. It could be different things for you. You know yourself better than practically anybody else aside from God. So you can be better. You just need to be more intentional and pay attention to yourself more. Spend time with yourself more. You can be by yourself a lot of times and still not know you because your mind is crowded with so much noise. Your attention is always on your phone. You're always online doing every other thing. You don't have you time to spend with just you, where you reflect, think of yourself, think of how you go about things, think of how far you've come, where you want to be, or meditating on a scripture, just the goodness of God, something that happened the other day and how you reacted, how you could have done better. Many times we are by ourselves, but we are absent from ourselves, and we can do better with that. So this one thing would help you. Just reflect. Take time to reflect. Have time. Have date time for just you. Just reflect. It doesn't have to be so long because it's something that gets better with practice. I read this in a book sometime, and I started to put it into practice. At some point, I dropped the ball. I stopped doing that, but this is a reminder to go back to it. But recently, every once in a while, I will just sit and reflect and just think, and sometimes I go to YouTube channels that are out of the areas of my strengths, and I just watch and I just learn how people do things and stuff, and it's amazing, it's beautiful how much you can learn by just intentional inward introspection. That it is not your area of strength today doesn't mean that you cannot get better at it with time, but don't get carried away at your strengths, that you forget that there are several areas of your life that you also need polishing. Live life with that consciousness and you'll be better every day. Ciao, ciao. My name is Shalom Undulaka. I forgot to do the intro at the beginning. I film on faith, lifestyle, and purpose. Subscribe. Click the subscribe button, like this video, share it with someone that you believe could learn from this. Comments, drop comments. I'm not an island. I don't know it all. I want to learn from you too. So, ciao, ciao. And till I see you in my next video. Yes, that's my little one. Let's go back to attending to him with my full attention.